All right. Live app because I'm insane. So let's get to it. Um, so basically, right now, I've uh, I've got a little bit of channel news and a little bit of news that I want to share about Nintendo. So essentially, I'm uh, I'm doing some stuff. Essentially, here's some things that I want to talk about. So first of all, the channel news. As you know, Google Plus is going away in March, or is it April? Yeah, April. And the Google Hangouts are going away too. I've been kind of trying to get away from using it. So um, today, this evening, 7:30 to 9 o'clock. BS Busters is being moved from Sundays to Saturdays, and so they'll be at the same time, 7:30 to 9 o'clock, 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 to 9 o'clock p.m. But it'll be Saturdays. Okay. So if you're a fan of BS Busters, if you like watching BS Busters, if you want to be a part of BS Busters, um, I would say, well, use Google Hangouts, but I'll be trying to find a podcast platform that lets me do the same things I could do with Google Plus, with Google Hangouts. Right now, I'm trying to use Discus and OB. I have to go to Skype. Who knows? So, with that being said, I'm going to read an article which I will leave in the chat section. A little bit of Nintendo news. The first little bit of news I'm going to talk about is Nintendo basically knowing that about them hiring more female game designers, which is a good thing, in my opinion. I think that them hiring more game designers is a good thing. The next little bit of information is an article from Matthew Handrahan. This is from gamesindustry.biz, which is an online thing. Basically, in a Q&A session with investors, Nintendo's management was asked about the popularity of Nintendo wake of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is the fastest-selling console game in the company's history. The long-awaited online service launched on September 18, 2018, and Nintendo reported that more than half of the subscribers in the first 6 weeks had signed up for a 12-month family or individual membership. Nintendo declined to offer details on the proportion of users in each subscription plan, but Shuntaro Furukawa, the company's president, said a growing percentage is now opting for shorter plans like the 1-month membership. It is critical that these members want to continue using these services for a long time rather than letting it expire. And for that, we need to build better relationships with consumers and rich content, he said. With this in mind, we're currently planning ways to boost the appeal of the service on a yearly basis. It is very important for our future business, and we are giving it our all. Nintendo Switch Online has subscription options for 1 month, 3 months, and a full year, with an additional full year option that covers a family of up to multiple features, but the most prominent are online play and a portfolio of games from the NES era. Nintendo is coming off the back of a very strong quarter for software sales, with new entries to both the Smash Brothers and Pokemon franchises performing strongly in the markets. However, it has lowered its Switch sales forecast for the fiscal year from 20 million to 17 million units due to Furukawa described as insufficient efforts to communicate the appeal of the hardware. Okay, so you might ask yourself, why am I reading that? Just to say this, okay? Nintendo's online, even they know, is shit. And this is to the surprise of no one, because, I've been saying this for a long time. Nintendo's online is shit. And people yelled at me about it. Well, it'll get better. Okay. if this, well, actually the SNES era when they did with the satellite view, because technically speaking, in order to have a video game online network, the only thing is that there has to be data being transmitted through through a communications network from, from one place to another. That's all you need. So technically speaking, the NES had a modem attachment in Japan, so that was a network. The SNES had the satellite view, that was a network. So Nintendo's had networks for almost all their systems. Well, all of them actually, because the NES in Japan had the modem attachment, which was online. That was a network. There was data being transmitted. Of course, it was so people could do investment programs, but still, it was there. The satellite view, that was information going over a network. But I mean, when we think of a network, game, online services, I would say the first kind of GameCube online service, which was bare bones at best. And then the Wii, right? And the Wii, when it first launched, was kind of bare bones. Fair enough. But it got better over time, right? Like within the first 3 months of the Wii online, you had a online shop that had a lot of promise. A lot of old games were coming: TurboGrafx 16, Sega Genesis, Sega Master System, SNES games, NES games. Some really good games right off the bat in the first 3 months. You had Netflix come to it in the first 3 months. You had internet browser in the not even the first when you booted up the system, it had a great internet browser right off the bat. Okay. And you could go to other websites and use your Wiimote to interact with those websites. So a great internet browser that was compatible with other shit, everything. I think it was like HTML 5.1 and 5.0 originally, and then it was later updated. But basically, you could look at a lot of sites. Now, and the Wii U was even better. The Wii U had an even better online service, more apps and features, plus the whole second screen experience where you could friggin' watch your Netflix, your YouTube, whatever, on your gamepad in your bed while your TV was doing whatever. Brilliant. And then we go from, and these were free, complimentary game services. You weren't paying $20 a year for it, or whatever it is per month, or whatever the fuck they want to charge. And then we get the Nintendo Switch Online, the first service that they charge for, and it is a step backwards. Switch doesn't have online gameplay service. It doesn't have voice chat. And I know people are going to say, well, there's an app you can download on your phone. Let me explain something to you. The GameCube had games for the online service that could use voice chat. Now, they were only in Japan, but it was there. What else had? The Wii had online voice chat. Okay. The Wii U had online voice chat that was on the system. Like all you needed were earphones and you could plug it in, play, do whatever. Why on the Switch does online voice chat have to be shit? I mean, what the fuck happened? So basically my point is this. The Nintendo Switch Online, for what you're paying for, and Nintendo knows this. They know this, and they know they need to fix it. I personally didn't buy the online. I was like, this is shit. Why am I paying for this? They're like, well, you get online multiplayer, but Nintendo Switch uses peer-to-peer, a peer-to-peer network, which basically means that like the heavy lifting of the connection and the heavy lifting of the data being transferred is all predicated on how good your own internet service provider is. So what the fuck am I paying them for? Some old ass Nintendo games that I already have? And here's the sad thing. The games that they have for their Nintendo Online service are shittier than what they had when they weren't charging for their online collection. Like if you look at what the Wii offered in the first let's say the first 4 months of its life cycle, okay, for roughly 4 months, better than what you're getting on this. You don't own them. You rent them. It's like I'm paying you $20 a year for this library of games, most of which suck. The NES, it's like you got the usual classics: Super Mario Brothers, Duck Hunt, uh, Kid Icarus, Metroid, Legend of Zelda, Castlevania, Kirby's Adventure, Kirby's Dream Land, whatever the fuck. So Nintendo's online. They know it needs to get better. Hopefully, they will make it better. Hopefully, they'll add some SNES games, some N64 games. Maybe get their heads out of their fucking asses and add GameCube games. They need to, like, okay, we know that Nintendo's online is never going to be comparable to, like a Steam online service or the Xbox. I don't like using the Xbox as an example because Xbox is mediocre at best. But you get what I'm saying. Like, it's got to be better. So with that, just wanted to get that out. So I guess it's time to wrap things up and get to it. So I will leave a link in the description of this video, of this article that I read. And with that being said, remember, rate, comment, share, subscribe, and BS Busters, like I said, from now moving forward, will be on Saturdays, 7:30 p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you would like to be a member of BS Busters, if you would like to be a part of it, you can tweet me at Mr. Red Fox 91 on Twitter, and I will respond to you. We will have a dialogue. You can also email me at Mr. Red Fox BS Busters. And I will get to you. So with that being said, that's the end of the video. Remember, rate, comment, share, subscribe. And don't listen to the bullshit. Peace.